In the bustling town, a woman was known as the finest weaver. Her tapestries depicted stories, emotions, and dreams, woven together with threads of varied shades and textures. People from far and wide came to see her masterpieces and often left in awe of her talent. Yet, one day, a great calamity struck the town. A storm, the likes of which had never been seen, ravaged the town, leaving behind destruction and despair. The weaver's workshop wasn't spared. The rain seeped through the roof, drenching her tapestries, and the wind scattered her threads all around. Heartbroken, she surveyed the damage. All her life's work seemed ruined. Distraught, she considered leaving the world of weaving for good. The memories attached to every tapestry, every thread, and every pattern seemed too painful to bear. Her once bustling workshop now became a place of solitude. One day, a wise old woman known for her insight and compassion visited the weaver. She found her holding a ruined tapestry, tears streaming down her face. The old woman observed the tapestry and said, "Look closely. What do you see?" The weaver replied with a shaky voice, "I see a ruined masterpiece, threads torn apart, colors faded." The old woman nodded. "Now, shift your gaze. Instead of focusing on the damaged parts, focus on the threads that still hold, the patterns that remain intact. What do you see now?" Taking a deep breath, the weaver tried to do as instructed. "I see resilience. I see patterns that have weathered the storm. I see threads that refuse to break." The old woman smiled. "Life is much like this tapestry. We can either focus on what's tearing us apart or focus on what's keeping us together. It's the threads of courage, hope, and love that hold strong amidst chaos. They define your worth, not the tears or the faded colors." Feeling a surge of inspiration, the weaver began to weave again. But this time, she created a tapestry unlike any other. It depicted the storm, the destruction, but more prominently, it showcased the strength of the town's people, the bonds that held them together, and their unwavering spirit. As word spread, townsfolk began visiting her workshop, not to lament the loss, but to celebrate resilience. Many saw their own stories in the tapestry, of hope, of survival, of unity. The tapestry became a symbol of the town's spirit, reminding everyone of their collective strength and individual worth. Her new creations were different. They were raw, genuine, and resonated with life's true essence. She often said, "In every thread, there's a story of struggle and triumph. Knowing its worth is the key." Years later, as travelers visited the town, they would often be directed to her workshop, not just to see the famed tapestries, but to understand the spirit of a town that chose to focus on what kept them together. And so, her tapestries became not just art, but lessons in resilience, unity, and self-worth, reminding everyone that in the grand weave of life, it's our choice to either focus on the tears or cherish the threads that bind us together. The moral lesson of the story is that, in the intricate fabric of life, challenges and setbacks are inevitable. However, the essence of our journey isn't defined by the hardships or the damages we endure, but by our perspective and choices amidst adversity. The tapestry serves as a poignant reminder that when faced with trials, we can either dwell on the aspects that break and weaken us, or we can choose to recognize and celebrate the resilient threads of hope, love, and unity that hold us together. Our true worth isn't determined by the fragments that fall apart, but by the enduring bonds and strengths that remain.